so, obviously this week a future Big 12 opponent comes to town in BYU. Cougars are coming off their first loss of the year against Boise State. As such, they dropped several spots in that AP poll down to 19. But they're still a quality opponent for Baylor. How do you guys see this matchup? And do you agree with Las Vegas? I haven't looked at the latest line, but I know Baylor was favored at least at the outset. Do you agree that Baylor should be favored in this one?
Yeah, I do. Playing at home, really BYU didn't play very well last week. So, Coach Aranda thinks they're going to be really fired up. They had 4 turnovers in a 26-17 loss to Boise. I think it's going to be a really physical game. I think BYU is going to be kind of like Iowa State and just the physicality. They're going to bring Tyler Algier. He's a tough dude. He's a really good running back, but like Dave said, he plays like a linebacker. And and their quarterback Jaron Hall he's really versatile. He can do a lot of things. So I think it's gonna be a really good game. But I think Baylor's got more speed, and I think that might make the difference.
Yeah, I like the Bears as well. I almost feel like BYU will have more of a spark having lost this weekend. I would have liked the Bears maybe a little more if they hadn't just lost to Boise State. But I texted, so a buddy of mine was a D lineman there. Last year was his last season. But I texted him yesterday because I wanted to get an idea, what is Coach Satake like after a loss? And it's interesting because it's similar to what you would hear about Aranda. And I'll read it so I don't mess his words up. But he said, Kalani always focuses on the team and the attitude first. So it's looking at what went wrong and then their approach in those situations and kind of how they reacted in those situations. And so that kind of worries me a little bit because that's how Aranda is. And we saw how Baylor came out a lot more fired up the next week. And then this last line, he said, Coach Satake is the epitome of passion, and he knows how to get the team to feel that same passion. So they're going to be fired up. They're excited. I watched that press conference a little. All the players and coach talked about how they're excited to be playing in Texas, to be playing against a team that will be a later conference rival. So I feel like that makes it a little closer, but I do still like the Bears in this one.
Yeah, so Chris, we make our picks John writes a picks column that runs in every Friday's paper, and then my picks don't show up till Saturday, so I have till Friday to make this pick. I'm not sure who I'm taking quite yet. I think it's going to be a good game, and it'll be very interesting to me to see the reception that BYU gets at McLane Stadium. As a future Big 12 team, I feel like they're going to be warmly received among the Baylor fans. I feel like there's probably going to be a pretty good BYU contingent in the house. I know they have a lot of alums, all over the country, including in Texas, but I think it'll be a much, much different reception than the Longhorns get 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of love this week. There's going to be a lot of haters in 2 weeks.
No doubt.